And that's the end of that. And that was the end of that. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. It took maybe 3 hours to turn 2 of these little cheap foamy chuck gliders into this, which was my 9th little radio control glider conversion, a twin fuselage job, and it took maybe just 3 seconds to turn it into this. So apart from my obvious lack of control, what went wrong, you might ask? Well, I'm pleased to say, although it looked a wreck, after getting home 15 minutes later and the application of a glue gun, you'd never know anything had happened to it. That is the wonder of foam. So what went wrong? Now, you may remember when I was building this, I had some problems getting balance between the motors. There was a difference in thrust. Part of it came down to the fact that I had failed to calibrate one of the speed controllers, although they weren't a matching pair, so that I felt that might be the problem. Came up with a solution that I saw in one of Andrew Newton's videos where he talked about differential thrust. So I programmed in differential thrust, whereby using the rudder control channel 4 you could actually balance the motors and change the thrust, vary the thrust between the motors. So programmed that in, looked like it was okay, but I think it was pretty clear when it went down the runway, if you can call it that, that everything was not right. It was twitching all over the place. In fact, that was the second attempt at getting off. The first one went exactly the same, did a big loop and piled in, but with a soft landing all it did was break a prop. The second one I wasn't so lucky, as you saw, ended up as a train wreck. I realise now what I should have done was some kind of more taxi runs, taxi tests, but I think basically there was a problem in the offset that I'd set. I balanced it again and it appears to be okay, and as soon as the weather improves and Storm Agnes is gone, then I'm going to give it another go. Right, and at this point I'm inserting a late edit to my video. I thought this was finished. My plan was to actually maiden it again but do some taxi tests, but I came up with another idea for a test, i.e. holding it here and opening the throttle, and as you can see it's fine when I pull away gently, even, more or less. It's massively out when I open the throttle hard. Well, you can't see it, but it's trying really hard to pull that way. As soon as I open the throttle, it's pulling like crazy. So there is definitely something amiss there. In fact, it starts pulling to starboard as you open the throttle, but then progressively starts pulling hard to port. So it would be absolutely impossible to control it in the air like that, because as soon as you opened the throttle or closed it or eased it back a bit, it would start flying a different direction. So anyway, that's the story so far, and it's not really a good one. This has been troubled right from the start. I've got a pair of speed controllers on the way because I anticipated that there might be a problem. So once I've got those installed, we'll be able to see really whether it's actually a motor problem or whether it's a speed controller problem, because I had doubts about this from the start, because I ordered what I thought was a pair of motors from the same supplier, and as soon as I unpacked them, one of them felt really notchy and didn't spin as smoothly as the other, which wasn't really a very good sign. Anyway, that's the update. Hopefully you found it a bit interesting. I've certainly found it a challenge. If you want to see maybe hopefully a successful maiden soon, once Storm Agnes has gone through, why not hit subscribe, and why not check out some of the other builds on my channel. There's loads of little builds, or 9 in fact, from biplanes to twins to singles to EDFs and whatever. Loads of other flying stuff on there, paragliding, paramotoring. Keep you amused while the weather's bad. But that's it for now. Stay tuned. Hopefully I'll catch you all again soon. Bye for now.